Shehzad bhai?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so now let's start. So I request Bishan bhai, let's start now.
Good evening, all. Shehzad bhai?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good evening, all. Now we are playing ICI Moto Song. I request all the participants their right hand on their heart.
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो निर्मिमाणः निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते
हेलो
तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्द्वैता 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 एतद्द्वैता.
Now I request Chairman of Ahmedabad branch, CA Fanil Shah, who is a visionary and during this lockdown, who has unlocked all of our mind. Thanks, sir.
Just a minute.
Sir, it's a pleasure that Ahmedabad branch has done this research-oriented workshop and started this series. So, and we managing committee members are well aware that it is only possible because of your leadership and your visionary attitude. Sir.
Thank you, Bishan bhai, for your kind words. The respected learned faculty for the evening, Dr. C.A. Marjun Jokhi sir, always supporting regional council member in our team, C.A. Vikas Jain ji, C.A. Shah, the coordinator for the evening session, and ever supporting present with us, the secretary of the branch, C.A. Bishan Shah. All the other faculty members were also joining this particular first session. And I can say that all you, the future participants or the future researchers, I welcome you all to this journey of 7 sessions where we are going to learn about various phases of research. Friends, before we move to that, I would just like to tell you about few announcements of branch, that there was one initiative of branch of Gems of Profession. We have got an overwhelming response, but various missed out to submit their entries. So don't focus on the last date, but we are extending the dates to next 10 to 15 days. So you have received a mail with respect to that. So still, if you are missing to submit your entry, you can submit the same. Friends, also a very novel initiative of connecting to chairman, that is Samvad, has so many queries were being sent to the particular platform, and almost all are redressed. So I also request you that if you have any kind of query, right, if you have any kind of suggestion, if you want to volunteer in some initiative of branch, or you have some unique ideas to present on which branch can as a team work on it, then you can always connect to me, or you can connect to team by this particular initiative of Samvad, that is connect to chairman. And friends, in this October to end, we are having various crucial sessions. That is on 30th morning. We are having a very important session on that. If you wish to start up a company, or your client wants to start up a company, then how to structure an entity. What will be the taxation benefits available there? That will be discussed by the speakers here, Rinkesh Shah. Also in the evening, we are starting with the celebration of 100th birth anniversary of Nani Palkhiwala ji, a renowned legend in the field of legal. And we are going to have various unique sessions, very diverse sections, very unique sections on sessions on, you can say, interpretation of statute, how code of criminal procedure can apply to our practice, how code of civil procedure can apply, how to interpret the case law, how to present before tribunal. And we can say that whichever kind of best qualities Nani Palkhiwala sir was having, we will be discussing all of the faculties. And to start with that, on 30th evening, we are having a session by one of the very renowned speaker, Additional Solicitor General of India, Senior Advocate N. Venkat Ramanji. So I would also request you that please be the part of this particular ceremony, the inauguration, to start from this particular 30th of October. Also, friends, in the morning of 31st, we are having one series for specifically for women, Kaleidoscope. That is, the role is changing day by day of women and lady members. So how we can craft our journey, for that we are having a session. And also in the evening, we are having a session on one of the very important topic of forensic audit, in which CA Dhara Dakshini from Dubai is going to join and is going to address us. This is something on the side of members. Friends, branch is not leaving even to serve students. We are having the session of Swadhyay, where students are presenting their ideas, mentored by chartered accountant, and also to develop the overall students in an overall manner. We are having a Paramarsh series, which is getting an overwhelming response, which is also going on. Plus, branch is always also serving on the society, that is CSR side. That is, we are having an initiative of plasma donation, getting superb response, where many members and their family members are benefited by this plasma donation, and even they can donate their plasma if they recover from COVID-19. So if you have any reference, you can surely suggest the same to Ahmedabad branch. Now coming specific to today's session, you can say that research is to see what everybody else has seen, but to think what nobody else has thought. Just if I quote, then you can say that काफी सारे लोग गार्डन में जाते थे, काफी सारे लोगों पेड़ के नीचे बैठते हैं, काफी सारे लोगों के ऊपर कुछ ना कुछ गिरता है, पर जब आइजैक न्यूटन सर के ऊपर एप्पल गिरा तो उन्होंने सोचा कि ये क्यों गिरा. बाकी सबने देखा सबके ऊपर ही होता है, पर उन्होंने एक्स्ट्रा सोचा कि why this happened. Then he entered, devolved into that particular thought, and that's how the theory of gravity came into thing. That's how, friends, research, when you focus on research, when you develop the ability of research, there is always, you develop that insight that you start thinking beyond the things which others cannot see. In my personal opinion, friends, research always starts, in a layman language, if I say, research always starts by selecting a specific area of research in which we want to research. Then once we decide that particular area of research, we start collecting the data for the same. Then we start doing analysis of the data. After doing analysis of the data, we derive the conclusions. And at the end, to suffice with this particular process, we prepare the report. Covering all these things, we are having the whole series designed where let me friends tell you at this juncture, जैसे ही सीरीज लॉन्च हुई काफी सारे लोगों के कॉल्स और ईमेल ब्रांच पे आ रहे थे कि हम कौन सी फील्ड में रिसर्च को शुरू कर रहे हैं। तो मैंने तभी भी उनको रिस्पांस दिया था और आज मैं सबको कह रहा हूं कि ये जो सीरीज होगी, in that we are not going to focus on any specific field. We are going to discuss the research, various phases of research, various facets of research, various perspective involved of research. Today, the introductory session. Then next is research proposal. Then how to do literature review. Then how to design the research, how to do data analysis, how to write scientific research. And all these phases will be very incomplete if we don't know how to do data collection. So all these learned faculties are going to discuss, but the agenda will be to have an overall discussion, not confining the discussion to any particular specific area. Yes, once this series ends, you will be able to get the idea of whole research and you can also start your PhD. And this will be very useful in that particular journey. So friends, in various other sessions, I'll be addressing you in the starting. In my welcome address, I'll tell you that with which universities has done the tie-up. Also, ICI is giving awards. We will discuss for that. Also, ICI is doing various support activity by which every chartered accountant member who wants to go into research can go for this particular field. So with this brief words, again, I welcome you all. And I congratulate you all that yes, you all become the part of this journey to dive into the field of research. It would be incomplete if I miss to express my gratitude, my sincere gratitude on behalf of branch to Dr. C.A. Marjun Choki sir, not only gracing this occasion to be the speaker, but also for getting connected to me, to all these learned faculty members, very appropriate, expert, experienced in their field, by which we got connected and we created this whole particular series. So, sir, gratitude to you to the support hand of this particular webinar series. Also, like, sir, this is like a dream come true because काफी time से मैं सोच रहा था because I'm also doing the PhD and I can say that Choki sir is my guide. So many times I was being confused and I was having various questions. From that day, I thought that why not to have this kind of series so that those chartered accountants who want to venture into the field of research could not face the difficulties which at initial phase probably I faced or many other chartered accountants faced. So with these words, thank you everyone for joining. And now I request further to take the session further. And before we start with the session, we are privileged to have RCM, CA Vikas Jain ji with us. So would request Vikas Jain ji to give the welcome address to all the persons, all the future researchers who are entering into this field of research. Vikas Jain ji.
Yeah, hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Fenil Bhai and Bishan Bhai for architecting this particular program. I think I've been associated with the branch for last so many years, and as a chartered accountant for a student last 20-22 years, I have been seeing this. But this is the first time our branch has taken such kind of initiative and such kind of program. And icing on the cake, I would say, to start the program with none other than Marjun Choki sir, who is such a humble, dedicated, committed professional. I've met so many professors, but have never seen one like him. So it's great. And I would also like to share that with his motivation, support, and guidance, I have also joined the PhD program from GLS. So, so it's a great thing. Our institute is also just publicizing it like anything. They people are also saying that yes, we should venture into this doctoral program, and they are also providing scholarships for the PhD programs by ICI as well. So friends, this PhD is not merely for having the prefix or the title of doctor before you, but it is much more and beyond that. And as Fenil Bhai rightly said, that this is all about observation. This is all about to have a deep dive within the topic. And why our institute is so heavily saying that yes, we should go for this doctoral program. The reason being innovation, research, and all these things are the key to the success in the future. And if we can do good quality research, that that will not only add to our attributes or our qualities, our skill set, but this will also help in developing various things, bringing out new things for the nation as a whole. This may help us to improve the system, so many other more things. So it is very, very much important that yes, we, the intellectuals, we, the professionals, we must get into this, and we must do it sincerely for some value addition and to get some desired results, rather than for the sake of adding the prefix doctor. That's it. So I would suggest that yes, this is a beautiful program, and we are very fortunate to have such kind of program in our branch, and this will definitely motivate us, will give us the kind of insight that what is PhD, why should we do this kind of doctorate program. And since Marjun Joki sir is here, he will throw more light on this, and we all will be surely be benefited. I wish all the best to all the participants, and I congratulate them for joining into this initiative. Thank you very much, Fenil bhai and the team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Yes. So now to give a brief introduction about CA Dr. Marjun Joki sir. Sir is a director of Faculty of Commerce at GLS University. Sir has more than 2 decades of teaching experience and distinguished academic record. Dr. Joki sir has a strong academic presence in the field of accountancy, taxation, and finance. Sir has also provided his service as a resource person at Institute of Chartered Accountants, Institute of Cost Accountants, Knowledge Consortium of Gujarat, and different institutes. Sir is also a PhD guide at GLS University. Sir has also presented papers at national and international conferences and has several articles and research publications to his credit. Sir has won 2 Best Paper Awards at national conferences to his credit. Sir is also actively involved in editing, writing relevant books for graduates and postgraduate students. Sir is a member of Board of Studies at different universities, and Sir is also on the editorial board of various reputed journals. With this, I would like to request Marjun Joki sir to please begin with the session.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaskar. Am I audible, sir? Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, respected Fenil sir, Bishan sir, Vikas sir. I think it is a huge effort taken by Fenil sir, Bishan sir for organizing such a wonderful week. Fenil sir was more honest and modest enough to give me the credit, but I think it is only Fenil sir who has conceived this idea and got it implemented. I just shared few names which came to my mind as a resource person, but all that effort and a huge effort from Ahmedabad branch, and it is really wonderful. And as very rightly said by even Vikas sir, that our institute is very proactive, and they are also providing and boost to the chartered accountants, and we are all fortunate to be into that profession. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. Can I start the screen sharing? Will it be possible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfectly visible.
Perfect, sir.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much, Fenil sir. I really appreciate, and it is really wonderful that Ahmedabad branch under your leadership and with the support of Bishan sir and Vikas sir and everyone has really thought of something very much relevant vital and I think inevitable for the professional development. And even at ICAI New Delhi also, I've just taken some part of it from the recent journal of October 2020, that even at ICAI New Delhi is also promoting the doctoral program and providing the different type of, we can say, incentive and motivation to our members. Okay, having said so, as coming from the academic field, the very first thing what I feel is that if we don't do research, we don't have anything to teach. And a very right, I think there is a hand raised by someone. Yeah, okay, thank you. And a very nice quotation that if we knew what we are doing, it would not be called research. So actually it is a journey that we are going to travel and we actually don't know where are we going to end. So it is going to be an exciting, it is really going to be an adventure. And that is the reason it is called research. It is there something, but you are going to again find it in a new form. In a common parlance, that is a jargon, we refer that it is a search for knowledge, or we can say it is a fact finding process. But when we go to our dictionary meaning, it is very specific, because see, research can be conducted in different fields, maybe in the field of maybe a medicine, science, finance, accounting, social. So when we go to the hardcore definition, a dictionary meaning, it is a very careful investigation or an inquiry, specific inquiry, to search for something new. And that is going to be actually a new knowledge. And we can also say it is an answer to various questions. So the first thing that a question, a problem should come to our mind. And then we should go to that direction, and that journey of reaching to the answer will be called research. So what I can summarize, research is a process. It will consist of basically 3 steps. It looks simple, that we need to find a question. Question over here is a problem. We need to collect the data to answer our question, that is to answer our problem. And then we need to present the answer to the question. So we need to find the solution, answer to the question. But it is actually work, more work, and extremely hard work. And I think today that hard work is a compulsion. It is inevitable. And even in this hard and trying times, I again really appreciate the effort taken by Ahmedabad branch for continuously organizing different types of webinars. And in the starting only, Fenil sir just discussed that in this coming week, what different types of webinars are going to be. And it is really good, and we are fortunate to be a part of the profession. And we are fortunate to have a great leader. As we are a proud chartered accountants, our role is not only restricted to debit credit, nor only preparation of the account and finalizing. No, we have a very huge role, and that role is for nation building. The chartered accountants are actually the foundation base of the economy. We can say we are the foundation base. And with the help, I think the financial and the economic related measures, our economy will also grow. And we can be very proud and we can be very happy that we are a part in the nation building. And very rightly stated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in his address that chartered accountants are partners in the nation building. Every rational person can see the participation of chartered accountants across different fields. May it be a tax planning, may it be the finalization of account, may it be the new GST implemented, may it be the capital budgeting, financing, project financing, forecasting. So we can say chartered accountant is inevitable. And this is coming from a legend, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And very even rightly said by Ratan Tata once in a conference. He said, and actually I have, actually the most important thing for a research is that whenever we pick up any of the quotation or we borrow something, we need to give the reference. And over here at the last, you will see the reference for where I have taken this. He, in a conference, Ratan Tata, said that I need MBAs for running my business, but I need chartered accountants to teach them how to run the business. So we are very fortunate and we should take that pride that we are into that profession. And when we are fortunate, I think our responsibility also increases towards the profession, towards the nation building. So we have to be utmost careful, cautious, and responsible also. Continuing with the role of chartered accountant in a nation's progress, there are different roles that we can play, and we are actually related to accountability, social accounting, taxation, capital formation, and economic planning. In the starting, what I have done is that I just want to make you feel that pride that we are chartered accountants. And then my role will be to request you and to make you aware that now it is our responsibility to collectively take it further. And here comes the angle for research. We can't say that we have got the qualification of a chartered accountant, so we have completed our learning. No, learning is required at every walk. It is a continuous process, and we will have to continue learning till we live. And that is the importance of research. And the best example since last 3 years probably is GST. It is the best example of an applied research. If someone want to take up a topic, it can be challenges and opportunities of GST in India. Now this is too general a topic, but you can take this as a base and you can take it in depth. And what are we doing for GST? We are actually reading, we are trying to understand, and we are trying to implement. So actually we are researching. And we, again, I repeat that because we have that qualification, we can have so many different areas, so many different possible topics that we can undertake research. GST is a trending topic. So many and different possibilities also. GST is just one term, and in depth we can take up the study. Now there are different motivation. In the starting, Vikas sir very rightly said that we should not do PhD only for getting that 2 letters or the word doctor before our name. There are different motivations for research. Someone will be doing research for a curiosity about learning new things, or someone will be doing research because he has a desire to be of service to the society. For example, a scientist trying to take an effort for finding out the vaccine for this pandemic. It will be a real service to the society. Someone might do research desire to get respectability. Suppose if you are into academics, then now there is a compulsion that if you want to be a professor at a university, the minimum qualification is a doctorate. Earlier it was MCom postgraduate. Now it has become doctorate qualification. So it depends that you are doing the research for what reason. But for irrespective of the reason, even the last one can be an intellectual joy. Irrespective of the reason for doing the research, I think we should be honest enough. We should be honest enough for undertaking it. Now, relating to our profession, what I feel that in the coming decade, we are going to face significant challenges. Pandemic is one reason only. And professional organizations, members, and even educational institutions and universities, they will have to respond proactively, positively. And these are the 3 challenges that I can see for the next coming decade. Evolving smart and digital technology. I think since last 6 months, we have realized the need of it. Continued globalization of reporting disclosure standards that we all are very much familiar, and new forms of regulations. When GST came, it was slightly difficult, but I think now the implementation part and the system has been set properly. So probably these are the 3 challenges. And I think to overcome the challenge, what is required? The requirement is to get ourselves updated. Now, how to get ourselves updated in a systematic manner? I feel that one should find out some time and pursue a doctoral program. And that is going to help us like anything. And this is a very scary picture. The source I have taken it from PwC. And this picture says, I don't know about the visibility, but there is a table towards your left, and there is a probability number mentioned. Right from the first number is 0.003 till the last. These are the different probabilities of what? The last one is 0.99. That because of automation, there are chances of job loss. And a very scary picture is that if you see the second last in the table, accountants and auditors, 0.94. So this automation is going to lead to a job loss for us accountants and auditors, and the probability is 0.94. It is nearing to 1. It is nearing to 1. And now this has been reported in a survey conducted. This is published data. I think it is right time that we all think of updating ourselves. And again, I take you back to the slide where the 3 challenges, and see the first one, the smart and the digital technology. I think that technology, if we don't get ourselves updated, and if we don't plan to do that on a very sincere basis, then probably we might be the sufferer. Continuing, this is again an authentic data taken from the USA Today. And to your surprise, when we check the last part of this, so it is so nicely written, and it is going to be again a very scary picture to us, that while old jobs will be replaced and the new ones will be created, definitely 65% of the children entering primary school now are expected to end up working in the roles that they currently do not exist. It means what? That the studies right now may not be of any use, or 65% are required to again do some further updation. This is again very scary. And again, an official record. I told you in the early part that in the starting, I'm just going to give you an actual fact so that we again get that motivation to update ourselves. And Deloitte has predicted a loss of nearly 500,000 finance job to automation. And this robotic process automation, where you have a type of the work which is of a very repeat I think, is it okay now? Yeah, I think some connectivity problem. Is it okay now? Can, yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there was some, yeah, problem. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So we were discussing regarding that robotic process automation. Now, in this robotic process automation, what will happen that if there is any very specific repetitive type of the work, then we can make a program of that. For example, preparation of bank reconciliation statement that can be very easily done by this automation. Now, if such is the case, then the question will come that is there any need? Is there any need for an accountant? So we will have to get ourselves upgraded with the technology, the smart technology, the digital technology. So here is the need. So again, summarizing the three reasons: the digital technology, the globalization, and the evolving regulations. And this last 6 months, again, I repeat that we have realized it, that how important it is going to be, how important it is going to be. And we are required to learn fast and learn new things because of these rapid changes. And now see how research can be helpful. I have again kept over here the name of who has actually done this research. That's a very interesting research undertaken. We all know the person in the picture, the Satyam boss. Now, in one research, what was undertaken and which can be so useful, and that is the reason I have kept over here the title to it. It can be a new weapon in the hands of auditors. Now, this has already been done, and if I am not wrong, this research had been conducted probably in 2013 or 14. Sorry for that year, I can't unable to recall it, but probably in 2013 or 14. I've kept the published, it is there in that Journal of Business Ethics. One can definitely go through it. Now, what was researched in this? The language, the top management language signals for a possible deception. It means that when this chairman's letter in the report, annual report, they have studied around 5-6 years the chairman letter, and in the letter how the language signals, and from that language they have proved it that there is a possible presence of deception. And this is so interesting. I've kept a bit of it over here. In the research, what they had done is there were 4 complementing analysis. One was for the tone, one was for the personal pronouns. Then they checked the frequency of the positive and the negative emotion. And this text was analyzed in a software program called Diction5. And what findings they got? Now, findings were surprising. It was found that there were certain emotional and cognitive changes that will occur when an individual is thinking of a deception or a deceptive behavior. And these changes will include the need of the person that he will have to portray the external image in such a way that no one is raising a suspicion about that. And it was also found that the deceiver very subtly shifted the blame. And this were the research finding. And we will not go into the depth of what, because it is a thorough research conducted. But what the Ramalingan Raju, what he did was, initially, if you check the reports, he was using the letter I in the report, and gradually, when he started that deception, he shifted the language tone from the letter I to V. Secondly, there was more increased in the positive tone in the letter. And the third finding was there was a gradual decrease in the numerical reference. It means your earlier report might be mentioning that the company has 80% increase in the sale, company has given 30% dividend. I'm just giving you out representative numbers. But gradually all that numbers came out of the report. Now this is the study or the research done on the top management language. Now see how far we can go in research. This is just to give you an example. Now, as very rightly mentioned by Fenil sir and even Vikas sir, we are fortunate. Again, I repeat, we are fortunate to be in such a profession. Our institute is giving a boost, a support, an incentive for undertaking the PhD program. Institute has realized the need, what I mentioned earlier, the three challenges. So the institute angle, the university. So they will have to come forward. And Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, since its formation, is a hallmark of excellence. And time and again, they are promoting the members and the students to undertake research. And this matter I have taken up from our current Chartered Accountant, our journal of October 2020, and very rightly said that people ignore research that ignore people. And in this 2020, even Institute is providing scholarship. They are providing scholarship to the members who want to undertake research from recognized universities, IIMs. Now, what more we want? And not only promoting the members for undertaking the doctoral program, but even we have an ICAI International Research Award. This I have taken from the current journal that is on page 122. And I will like to read over here. I have the journal in my hand. Because of the visibility, I will like to read over here that in this award, the chairman of the jury, who is Dr. In Ki Ju, the president of IFAC, and what he mentions, and it is very interesting, that the International Research Awards will enhance the continuing advancement of the worldwide accountancy profession. And this research award is one of only a few global awards which will encourage research activities internationally by recognizing high quality research work through a fair and rigorous process. And now it is interesting. I am proud that ICAI is playing a role in strengthening the progress of the global accountancy profession through hosting this award. Our chairman, CA Atul Kumar Gupta, and our vice president and president, CA Niyar Jambuseria, have taken the lead. Just like Fenil sir has taken the lead for organizing this research week program. And here there is a possibility that in case if anyone wants to go for the doctoral scholarship program, it is available till 15th of November. There are certain criteria. I am not sure about the visibility right now, but you can refer to page number 123 of our October 2020 Chartered Accountant Journal. And over here, they have even specifically mentioned the areas where we can undertake research. See, when a student come at the university after completing the postgraduate, that I want to undergo the doctoral program study, I think they sometimes they are not having so much clarity of the topic or the area where a research can be undertaken. But we are fortunate that we are a part of the profession, and even the topics are suggested where you can undertake the research. These are few which are suggested in our ICAI journal. And I thought that in addition to this, which is human resource accounting, simplification of the human resource law, government sector accounting, integrated reporting, international taxation law, and water audit, I feel this can be another few more where we as a chartered accountant can undertake a doctoral study. Capital market accounting research, management accounting research, fraud and forensic accounting, the cyber crime, fraud, that probably we will have to study. Research in digital accounting, cloud computing, blockchain, taxation, GST, what I mentioned earlier also. Financial reporting and sustainability, that is our CSR portion. Environmental accounting and reporting, we have that concept of triple bottom line. Cost management of health organization. So these are other areas where we can undertake research, because we belong to a profession where we have an ample scope of doing it. So GST is not one topic, or fraud accounting is not one topic. We have ample opportunities available. And another good thing our institute has done is, earlier the provision was that in case if you want to undertake a doctoral study, you will have to have a minimum qualification of MCOM. Normally what we have done, or we do, that along with BCom we complete chartered accountants, and we never thought of undergoing the postgraduate program, Master of Commerce. And our institute is very proactive. They have signed the memorandum with so many different universities that if a student has completed the graduation and chartered accountancy, he is not required to undergo the MCOM program. He is eligible to get admission in a doctoral program. Now, see what effort our institute is undertaking. And this is the good news, that we get a 50,000 per month scholarship for undertaking research. This is one of the, over here, I am not sure about the visibility again, but this is one of the scholarship part over here kept. I have just again kept it separate. So again, that can lead to a motivation for undertaking research. Not only that, not only undertaking the doctoral program, our institute is motivating to write articles in the journal, and it can be covering any topic, may it be the auditing, law, strategy, taxation, technology, and so on. So I think the first step should be to start with this part. so that we actually realize how to build on to the doctoral program. So many opportunities our institute is providing to the members. It is right time to grab that. The opportunity of writing an article, opportunity of undertaking the doctoral program, opportunity of being a part of the International Research Award. Now, what more we want? Opportunity, and they have also given you the list and the topics where we can undergo research. Okay, now, if you want to continue a doctoral program and get the PhD degree, these are the steps of completing. This might vary a bit with respect to different university. This is what we have at our university, GLS University, that you need to apply. Then there will be a test conducted. Then after the successful completion, and definitely because you are a qualified, a professional, a learned individual, you will be able to qualify. Then here comes the important that there will be a research development committee, and you will have to discuss your area of research with them. That is your topic. And based upon the discussion, you will have to submit the research proposal. See, Fenil sir has arranged this program in such a way that all these parts are going to be covered in the coming week. Over here today, my role is just to make you aware about how to undertake a program. So after submitting the research proposal, you will have to attend a small coursework. The reason that research methodology, the techniques, the data analysis part, that we have not studied in our curriculum of chartered accountancy. So that we will have to study. Then we will have to submit the research proposal in consultation with the guide. Then after every 6 months, we will have to again present our work before the RDC, that is the committee, every 6 months. Then after 2.5 years, we can be ready for the submission. So we have another steps to undertake. We have a pre-synopsis viva. Then we submit our synopsis, that is the, we can say in brief, the research in brief, maybe around 30 pages, you can summarize what work you have done. And after that comes your final viva. And then you will be submitting the thesis. That may be pages are not compulsion, but sometimes it may be a 300, 400, 250 number of pages thesis, and then you earn your doctoral degree. So this will take maybe nearing to around 3 years time. 3 years time. Now, what are the important steps for undertaking the research work? Now we actually go to the research part of it. In brief, what is going to be covered in the coming week in detail, I have kept over here in brief. Now, research has a problem. Problem over here, I mean a question. And that question, we will have to understand, we will have to investigate, and we will have to derive some conclusion. See, sometimes we slightly have a feeling that research means discovery or invention. No, it is not such. The reason is discovery doesn't have a problem, and it is merely an accidental search. Invention is an application of an idea, and it is again not planned. But research is a planned process, where we checked in the earlier that it is a 3-step process, so it is properly planned. Now there are several types of research. Now it will depend upon your objectives. These are just basic types I have mentioned over here, that what are the different types of research. One can do a fundamental research. Now see, in fundamental research means what? Now all these types of research and all that are going to be covered in depth in the coming lectures. That suppose you are Carl Pearson, we all know in statistics, he came out with a theory and a formula. So that is a fundamental research. If someone is picking up a topic like a critical analysis of product placement as an effective marketing strategy, so that will be a fundamental research topic. We will be basically covering, as a profession that we belong to, into applied research. Means we trying to find a solution to a problem. For example, if the problem is fraud or fraudulent activity, then there is a research undertaken, that a study to uncover reasons why employees tend to indulge in fraud. Or another area for research can be, how can cyber security be improved to prevent the election fraud or different types. So this is an applied research example. And I think we should try and undertake an applied research, and that should be quantitative in nature, that comes later rather than qualitative. Another type will be descriptive and analytical. Again, we should focus on analytical research. Descriptive means it will be based upon a questionnaire. You take a survey, and based upon a survey, you want to check the perception. Suppose salaried employees, where are they investing? Into mutual fund, into deposits, into shares, etc. But we should undertake an analytical research. For example, a study, comparative study of a financial performance of a selected pharmaceutical companies. So this is an analytical study. So we have the data available. We can compare the data, we can find out the ratios, and then we can interpret it. So we are analyzing the data rather than taking a primary survey. The same thing can be regarded as quantitative and qualitative. So again, I repeat that it will depend upon the objective that you have mentioned for undertaking research, and based upon that objective, you will be falling in one of this criteria. The word itself, quantitative and qualitative, are self-explanatory. Other type of research will be a historical one and a time-based. Again, what I feel is we should go with a time-based research, and not only for a one-time research, but suppose if you are studying that what is the impact after the new Companies Act. So if you are taking up some selected industry or a sector or company, and if you are undertaking a study of 10 years, where the first 5 years are before 2013, the implementation, and another 5 years are after 2013, or a GST, that what is the impact of a GST on a specific sector. So it can be 3 years before 2017 and 3 years after 2017. So rather than a single time period, it should be a spreaded over several time period. That will be a good study. Now, every research will have a design. Now, what is a research design? Actually, it is a framework. Now, what do we mean by the word framework? So in the framework, we will have to concentrate on these parameters. That what is the study about? We should be very clear. Why is the study being made? So we should justify it. What type of data is required? Do we need a primary data? We need a secondary data? Then where we can get the data? That is so important, because if you are unable to collect the data or get the data, it is near to impossible to complete the study. Then what period of time will the study include? That we have just discussed. So I think the period is more important rather than a historical part or a one-time study. What will be the sampling design? It means, suppose if you want to study for a pharmaceutical company, now it is not possible to study for all the pharmaceutical companies. So now you will have to pick up some sample. So suppose there are 100 companies, then you study on 10 companies. So that is your sample. And whatever you have the result for 10 company, that can be generalized. So it is not possible to do a population study. We need to undertake only a sample. But again, that we will have to justify that why we have taken that 10 companies. What is the base on which we have taken that 10 company? What are the percentages that 10 company amounts to total? All justification we will have to give. So this is what is your design part. Then what technique of data collection and how the data will be analyzed. So all this data collection, sampling design, data analysis, all that are going to be taken up in the coming week. Then comes the research process. Now this is what we have thought. Now actually how we are going to do it. We will have to formulate the problem. So the first thing, your title of the thesis should be a problem actually. That comparative study of the financial performance of the pharmaceutical company. So that is your problem. And the most important in research, extensive literature survey. Literature review is the base of doctoral study. The maximum review you do for the literature, may it be the journal, may it be the thesis, may it be the newspaper, different possible source, you will have to collect and you will have to study properly. Then we will have to develop some hypothesis. Now, what is this hypothesis? That you will have to compare certain things that again will be taught in the remaining lectures, because I think then it will be difficult for me to take it further. Then we will have to again prepare the design, what we have just discussed, again sampling, design, collecting. This is the actual part. Process is the actual part. Then we do analysis of the data, we test our hypothesis, whether it is having the impact on the second or not, we interpret, and finally we make up the report. So this is your actual part. That is called research process. Now again I repeat, out of this process, the main focus should be on literature review. The more study you will undertake for the different thesis, article, your journal, your newspaper, various surveys conducted, you will get a good data. That will be your secondary data, and that is going to be very helpful for undertaking or finding the solution to your problem. And there are so many good sites and the sources available. This is just a small list, and even our journal is a very good source for the study. So that is the first thing that we will have to. Second is, there is a website called Shodh Ganga. Now over here, Shodh Ganga website, where you are going to find all the thesis, all doctoral thesis, full available. You can study that. You can find the research gap, that what the researcher has done, what is the gap in that, and what we should undertake. So that is also a possibility. And that is again what your review of the literature. So that is the best thing, our journal and Shodh Ganga. If you can concentrate on the articles of our journal and you can compare it with the research done, what is the gap and what we can undertake it. And in our journal, I have mentioned the page of our October 2020. We have our accountant's browser. So every time you need to refer to this page, and you will get some new interesting topic, new idea, and new thoughts for undertaking research. So much has been available, and our institute is providing us an opportunity for undertaking the work. Now, this is just an example that how I did my literature review for the doctoral study. And this will be a very good way of collecting the data. So whether you are reading a journal, whether you are reading an article of the newspaper, whether you are reading a thesis or any survey report, anything, you need to figure out that what you want to do, what are the points in that literature, because you might be reading 100 different articles. Now that 100 articles you cannot keep in mind, you can't memorize, you can't, it is not possible even to take the printout and keep it with you. So it is possible that we can find the summary of that and we can preserve the summary. And this is how we can summarize our literature. That in which year the article was published, the author, what is the title, which country. Now, what are the variables in the article? My research was relating to the fraud study. So the variables were employee, auditors, and fraud. Whether the research is qualitative or quantitative. Then what is the sampling method that has been undertaken in the research? How the data collection and analysis, which techniques, chi-square is a technique that is applied for deriving the result. And then what is the result? And if you have any special comment, you can keep a space for that. So when you read, actually, for undertaking your doctoral program, I think this portion is going to help you for understanding that towards the end, when you have 100 articles read, this summary is going to help you that what is relevant for your study. And what I did, one of my question was that why employees commit fraud. Now, what I was able to find 16 reasons. You might find few more, but I got 16 reasons that why an employee commits fraud. And this 16 reasons, how I was able to derive? I was able to derive from this compilation of the literature review. From this compilation of the literature review. So this literature review is going to help you for your study work. And that is the most important. I repeat again, that is most important. And your doctoral program thesis, we can say chapter plan, it is going to be, or it should be in this format actually. And this will again depend upon university, it might change a bit. You have the title page, you have the content, the executive summary acknowledgement, then your problem statement, your supporting background, your objective of study, literature review, then your designing part, the collection part, analysis, that is called methodology. This is all we have just discussed in brief. Then what are your results and findings? Then what you want to conclude or you want to suggest, what is good for the society. It is possible that your research can be very helpful to the society. Every research will have a limitation. Suppose if I'm doing a research on a secondary data where I'm comparing the financial record of two companies, then definitely it is a limitation. Then if I'm doing a sampling poll, out of 100 companies, I selected 10. So again, that is a limitation of the study. And then I need to mention all my references. So this is actually your chapter plan we can summarize that your thesis final will be having. My worry over here, because of this technology, because of this digital world, my worry over here is that the CFO of the future will need to know so much of the technology as they know about the management part of it. And unless we include technology and undergo research, sorry to state, but if we don't do that quickly, we will follow the dinosaur route. We will be gone individually and as a profession. But I hope, I'm sure, I wish and I pray that we all continue to get ourselves updated. And by 2025, all digital data will be available to everybody. And from this, I can summarize that technology and research holds the future in which we will have to embrace the change even more. Now, at this point of time, there is a question to ponder that do we need accountants who can understand technology, or we need technologist or a researcher who can understand accounting? Think from the employer's viewpoint. that if they hire an accountant who knows a bit of technology, or if they hire a researcher or a technologist who can manage accounting, I think the employer will prefer the second one. So we will have to get updated and we will have to research for what we are working for. And these are the emerging technologies that we have to consider for accounting and research. May it be a big data, robotic process automation, machine learning, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and everything. And as Fenil sir started today, the same quote I have kept, that research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. And finally, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate that you have joined this program, and I'm sure that the coming full week, you're going to get the in-depth understanding of how a research can be undertaken. I have not taken any of the in-depth part of it. I've just given you an idea that how a research or a doctoral program can be undertaken. And I'm very happy, again, I repeat, that our institute is providing a good support to all the members and students to undertake research. I think that is all from my side. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joki sir.
Thank you.
It was really indeed and amazing session to get an brief insights on the topic of research. And I am hope all the CA and most probably all the young CA who had just cleared their this profession of chartered accountancy would very keen to get started on this new area of learning, which is research. So thank you so much, sir, again for your insights, and I hope everyone would have great learning and would continue to keep learning from the next sessions also. Thank you so
for
much.
providing the opportunity. I again thank Fenil sir, Bishan sir, and Vikas sir for a very nice concept of organizing this research workshop. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your presence. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, stay safe,
Yeah.
stay blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we end the session. Thank you so much, everyone,
Thank you.
and good night.
Thank you. Thank you.